from down her paper permits to tear it down?
No,
Well, then somebody's not. You know,
See, now for building a house,
no,
that's minor permits.
tearing the steps.
I'm just explaining. For like building a house, that's a minor permit. She would handle that.
Even though it's in violation of my covenants.
What do you mean?
Courthouse. My covenants is very clear on the property over here. Nothing that can be subdivided can be built.
See, I don't know. I don't know the history of that.
So she's doing a lot of stuff that's real interesting because there was never a public hearing on it, which is required by federal law and state law.
For a minor permit, it has to be posted in the newspaper, and we get all those postings.
And you have to have it to the property owners also.
Just for CAMA now, it's only on the adjacent riparian property owners along the water.
Adjacent. I am the most adjacent person he's got. See right here.
On the water, that's what he's saying, John.
On the water.
Yeah. Well, he has.
I
You have
am adjacent.
I understand. You have a deed of easement,
Yeah.
which no one knew about.
No, that's not true. His lawyer said, and I have it in writing.
Well, that's.
You know, I'm just telling you, I'm trying to get the paperwork done
I understand.
for my own protection.
Ron, I'm president of the Sound Castle Pier Association.
Tom.
Yes, I'm Tom Ron.
How you doing, Tom?
My wife, Joe.
Yeah, I've spoken to you.
Yep.
Now, I guess we need to sign some papers.
Yes. Okay. Now what?
Tell us what we're doing.
Tell us what we're doing.
What I understand Mr. Slate wants to do is just remove it from his bulkhead so it's not touching.
That's understandable.
Okay. Now what he wants is to be able to put two piles to support in the end, so that way it's not what a 3-4 foot gap.
It's not touching his so-called bulkhead.
Yeah. But that's what I'm doing is I'm issuing an exemption, which is repair and maintenance, which no cost to, which just says that yes, you can drive 2 pilings down to make a support on there so no one gets hurt or anything.
Now, that said, does he have to pull a permit to do that?
Who?
Mr. Slate.
No, I'm issuing it to you. Because if I was going to issue a general permit for anything on this pier, I would issue it to the Piers Owner Association.
Well, let me ask you this. If he's doing the work and we don't approve of it, then I don't need to sign it. In other words, my point is, he's for the Sandcastle Pier Association. There's 22 members back here, okay? He did not inform us, and I'm just going to give you a scenario. He did not inform us at the moment he was getting ready to tear that steps down. That is a violation, in my opinion, and some of the others, of our privacy to go ahead and get on that dock. So there's an issue there. I called the Sheriff's Department the other day to clean this thing up to make a record. I'm an ex-policeman, so that's what I do. If he's tore that off and he's going to rebuild it, then I don't need to sign something for him to rebuild because I may not approve of what he's rebuilding. And you may not.
Yeah.
Who approves it? I mean,
Who's approving it?
Well, what I'm doing is I'm saying yes, you can add to that structure. You can put 2 more pilings on it to strengthen it, which is basically I'm going to say is repair and maintenance.
If he's doing the work, I have to answer to these 3 people here plus 20 some of the others. I'm not sure we're ready to answer that.
Well, that's why I'm issuing you the exemption, because he can rip it down, but since it's the Pier Owners Association's pier, then you have that say-so.
The say-so do what?
Put in those pilings.
how could he rip it down?
Now, how does he have the right to rip down something that we own?
Well, that's between.
That's exactly what I wanted.
That's what Rick said.
That's
that,
between
You're saying
you.
you just said he has that right.
We do not require a permit to remove the structure from the water, provided you're not digging out anything or disturbing the bottom. That's not considered development. We issue permits for development. Now, if he gets in there with a backhoe and he starts digging out around the pilings, that's development. He needs a permit to do that.
All right, but
Now-
if we own that though, he has destroyed our property because that is our pier.
It's a civil matter.
Thank you. That's what I'm
civil
saying.
matter.
So that's what we have to do. We have to sue him in civil court, is what you're saying.
Yes.
If we feel like
We
our
have
pro-
nothing
we've
to do
been-
with that.
Okay, that's right.
You have no problem though if we put a step back down here, do you?
No.
This gentleman over there.
That's why I'm writing you repair and
Okay,
maintenance.
We're just trying to clarify. I got 3 other witnesses here because for memory purposes. If we allow him to go out there and put these pilings down, how deep does he have to go?
That's a county issue.
Well,
we don't determine piling depth or anything like that.
so then we need a permit from the county, or does he need one to get approval how far he goes down?
You very well may need so.
I'm going to request.
Come to Matt, so.
All right. So what he did the other day, if he would have said something to somebody, wouldn't have created the problems he created, because I think some of us would agree we need a better step. And I don't have a problem off of the bulkhead that he claims that he owns, and that's fine. So right now you're asking Joan and I to sign a waiver,
It's not
a waiver, I'm sorry,
Yes.
stating that he can put those pilings in. I got to get approval, but I got 3 people standing here.
Basically, it's if you guys want support pilings put back in,
Yes, sir.
you need this piece of paper right here that says that you can do so.
Now, if we don't, then hey man, I don't have a problem signing it, but then I got the other people back here, and I got 3 of them in front of me now that has to approve back before I sign it. That's all. I don't have a problem. I think it's a good idea to get it away from the bulkhead and build some intelligent steps down there with railings. I have no problem with it. But then again, I'm the only one out of 22 people to vote. And that's just my issue.
I have to disagree with you.
So if he disagrees with
No, we're probably going to disagree. Also, we're probably going to disagree. Also,
well, not probably. Now we're talking to the man in front of us. What do you think? I can't hear you.
Or anything like that? No, I'm sure Ron's probably told you we don't need permission to do it. We're just trying to rebuild it. When we disconnect it, and the 2 poles are going to
visualize what they're saying.
Oh, I can show you. That's what Ron's here for, so we can show you what we'd like to do, and he's going to let us know if it can be done rather than me just cutting it away and leaving it. So at our expense, we're trying to do this.
Now, what are you talking about cutting away?
Oh, come on.
Matt, what are you talking about cutting away?
Let's show him.
No, what are you talking about cutting away?
The ear itself? My name's Matt Slade. I don't even know your last name.
Just show people what you're doing.
No, I just asked a question.
Yeah, if I show you, I
Are
think
you talking about the pier though?
On mine, it indicates that my pier, if I want it, will come off of the bulkhead.
yours specifically says it can't touch the bulkhead.
No, mine says it can be attached to the bulkhead. I got it in writing.
This doesn't matter. Well, I'm here for that. But when we cut this away, Ron, do you see how their poles are right there? We want to put something right here, and I got the 2.5 marine grade to put in here, but it requires sinking it rather than just putting them like we thought we were going to do. We're afraid that would shift. Stacy said, Matt, just go ahead and contact Ron, do this first to be safe, rather than cutting it away. So when they cut it away, they were going to put the step right back up here. The first step that we took off, then we saw there was absolutely no poles and how it was attached. We stopped it down. In addition to all that, it'll be just the way it was before.
An existing step you tore off. Is that correct?
Yeah, that was attached.
You tore off there. An existing step that was here, that was already provided for, and was part of this
Attached
easement
to
our access to the sound.
attached to my bulkhead. Attached to my bulkhead.
Which was existing.
No, it was existing.
It was existing prior to your owning, which was.
No, sir, it wasn't. He has a proof. No, the pier.
This was.
The
steps they were here prior to you owning this property. Is that correct?
No, they were not.
Who put them in?
Her husband did it illegally.
no, that's not true.
Totally illegally, and Ron has the aerial photographs.
Can he tell
That's
us right
not
now
true.
whether this was put in legally?
Yeah, great.
Let me ask. So
Not true.
When we come back, there'll be 2 pilings here along the
Well,
bulkhead.
what there'll be in addition, we're putting another door right here. They're going to be back here. Back here, so it'll be self-supporting. There'll be like a 2-inch gap, so that this is no longer.
It'll be up to the step.
No, yeah, the step will be even, just the way it was
just 2
before.
inches off.
It'll be like 2 inches, the width of a survey, just not survey, the level thing, the square. And that way it'll be totally freestanding.